Respect for authority is a key Chinese value.
One effect of this is that it becomes quite natural for Chinese employees to accept the paternalism inherent in traditional Chinese firms that a Westerner might find more difficult to accept. But on the other hand, it does mean that the Chinese employee may be rather more reluctant than a Western employee to challenge some of the ideas put forward by the boss and to criticise these. Now, from a Western perspective, we would expect that that would lead to less creativity and innovation in the firm.
People tend to listen to elder people or people at a higher level, listen to their words and imitate what they're doing, try to learn from them. I think we just do it, don't know why. So when a senior guy is talking, they just tend not to challenge their opinions, just keep silent, and then maybe after the discussion, then they will discuss this among themselves.
One of the big differences is I found coming to Hong Kong and to work across Asia is how to get the process of creativity underway in a Chinese environment. From a Western point of view, if I brought a team of people together into a room for a brainstorming creative meeting, we'd have ideas, free flow of ideas across the table, flying out, ease of ideas, everybody trying to get their opinion. Coming to Hong Kong and trying to operate that way in a Chinese environment with Chinese managers, my first instance of trying to do that, I was met with stony silence. It was very, very difficult to be able to get in public the views of the Chinese managers, around the meeting table. I felt I'd failed in trying to get the people to think creatively. What happened was, after the meeting, I was approached on a one-by-one basis with this multitude of ideas, creative ideas. So it's finding the route to the creativity in the Chinese manager that is different.
When a certain question is asked, we always say, what kind of man is he? Does he have a hidden agenda? Right? If you have a hidden agenda, then the whole room freezes up, because then they are either making you look good or glorifying you. You're not really working for the whole group. So I think that has something to do with it.
The character of the Chinese worker is different from that of Western workers. The Chinese are not so open. They don't like to express their true feelings. A manager should encourage them to open up. The younger generation are, of course, more open than their parents and more keen to express themselves.
With the right leader who's directing it, maybe you can concentrate the resources in the right area. And maybe, for the type of businesses that Asia is competitive in, we are not at a stage where we need too many creative people. Perhaps we can concentrate the limited resources on the creativity of a few individuals.
I think inherently, both Chinese and Westerners are as creative. The Chinese people, because of Chinese tradition, you don't say a lot of things, because saying a lot of things is usually counterproductive. You have to make sure you say less, you do more. That's the type of Chinese thinking. US people, they very creative, very out-of-the-box thinking, and they always come up with different ideas. US companies and Western companies tend to have a very structured system. Individually, they could be very creative, but somehow it can be lost in the structure somewhere. But however, having said that, when companies grow to a certain size, then the Western system somehow takes over to be more creative. Then there's a lot of companies in the US who have a very good system of actually nurturing creativity. And that's actually what Asian companies need to learn.